Hey guys, here for another update. It is let's see, day 3.5 here. So when you're fasting uh and in severe caloric deprivation, you often get insomnia. And that's because the body starts producing adrenaline. I've seen some alternate theories on it, but adrenaline is a hormone that the body can use as an alternate energy source. And there's actually 7 different energy substrates in the body that we don't think about a lot, and we don't look at its impact on weight loss and really measure even for BMR or anything else like that, which includes, again, lactic acid, cortisol, or things like that. So this has been one of the worst bouts of insomnia that I've had when fasting this long. So I had only been sleeping about 2 hours in a row before this. So last night I did not do an update because I finally got to bed, and so I think I slept for maybe 5-6 hours in a row. So that was awesome. That's why I didn't do the update. And today I've actually got a pretty busy day, so this is probably going to be my update for the day. So day 3.5 here, and I woke up actually about 2 a.m., tried to get back to sleep, couldn't. Um, and took my weight, took my blood sugar, and yeah, I actually weighed in at down 11 pounds, but I'm calling it down 10 because I was really thirsty. I hadn't gotten a glass of water, and 2 cups of water is a pound. So I'm definitely it's definitely more reflective to say down 10 pounds at this point, but the glucose levels are exactly as predicted. They're going down, and I'm starting another fun experiment right now too. So if you can't tell about this, oh yeah, right. So the facial hair finally cleaned up, right? And I'm sure you guys can see by now too, like how much the of course, as everyone knows, how much like facial hair and other things can change your appearance. So cut my hair, shave this off, getting ready for today. I didn't want to have all that crazy facial hair going on, but it really changes your appearance. So but there's other little things too, and any sort of progress pick, such as lighting, clothes, all that kind of stuff. And again, that's one of the reasons too why I haven't taken any progress yet, but progress picks yet. But the main thing is because most of the weight that I'm losing right now is just temporary. So I don't want to say like, hey, this is a normal, 1 week response. Like when I get to that point where I can finally start like really cutting weight. At any rate, I am starting another fun experiment. I'm going to do several experiments today, actually. So I am going to eat a little bit. This isn't going to be a pure fast today. So first off, yeah, also in here, I have got, not to advertise here, right? But I've got some dip. I smoked half a cigarette, which is about as much as I smoke at a time usually. And so I'm going to see now that my body is at the end of its ability to release glucose, and that's pretty much running out, if not mostly out. Um, if I still have the same type of effect on glucose from the nicotine, because as mentioned in one of the other updates, I had a huge spike, after I'd smoked a cigarette, and I've seen that before, regularly. I was just kind of surprised that it happened. That it was as big as it was, and I've seen similar amounts, fasting similar periods of times, but it is just kind of surprising that that's legit. At any rate, I'm seeing again if at this point in time there's any sort of different response. So I'm going to look at that over the next course of the next 2 hours. And the other thing that I'm going to do, I have several interviews today. So I am going to be like, I need my brain to function. And if you guys can't tell, I am definitely very foggy. And there's a lot more uhs and drawn outs, and trying to collect my thoughts. So obviously I don't want that to happen when when I'm being tested on my mental acuity. So I'm going to be having some sugar today, at least. But the first thing that I'm going to do before that is after I do my little bit of a nicotine test here, I'm then going to go and I'm going to chug a whole bunch of sugar-free Red Bulls, right? Because Now, the science is pretty set that there isn't an insulin response or glucose response from these zero-calorie sugars. So, of course, that could be, Splenda, stevia, aspartame, whatever the artificial sweeteners are. But a lot of people are still really skeptical about that. And I think there's some legitimate reasons to be skeptical about that because digestion starts in the mouth. So, like the theory is on how it could impact insulin response is that when you taste something sweet, that the body starts getting prepared to process sugar, which includes an insulin response. So this is actually, I mean, forget eating raw meat, right? I'm safe with that. But this is actually going to be one of the more dangerous, or unsafe, quote unquote, I guess, experiments that I do, because if there actually is a glucose response from consuming a lot of sweet beverages, that are supposed to be zero calorie, what it means is that my already low and depleted state of glucose, my body could produce some insulin and drop that even lower. So what I'm really looking to see too is if, like, and it really doesn't matter, like, even if the tests are a little bit off, it really doesn't matter if it's like, just a little bit, right? Maybe there is a little bit, but who cares? Like, if your body produces a little bit, then quickly realizes, hey, there's no sugar here, I'm going to stop producing insulin, then it's no big deal. So, I mean, there actually could be a small physiological response to it, a small insulin response to it, but it doesn't really matter in that case. What you're really looking for is, okay, like, if I just if I'm glucose depleted and I'm not giving myself any more real sugar, or carbohydrates, and I chug a bunch of this, like, is it going to go down 10, 20, 30? And yeah, if you get, if all of a sudden I drop to, 70 milligrams per deal, I'm going to feel that. I'm absolutely going to feel that. Anyway, but that's the test. So I'm thinking maybe 64 ounces of sugar-free Red Bull is what I'm going to do. And then later on too, before my interviews, I'm going to pick some of my favorite beverages. I'm thinking a spicy V8. I'm going to have my powdered green drink, and I'm going to have some kombucha, which, should be, if I have all those, it's looking, at about, I mean, maybe 50 grams of carbs total, which still isn't that much, but hopefully enough to kind of defog my brain a little bit, and I'll see how I feel. Maybe I have a little bit more, like, I'll have to play that one by ear, but I'm gonna get plenty just in case. So yeah, it could be anywhere from, it's probably going to be somewhere between 50 grams to 100 grams of um, of carbohydrates that I'm going to have before my interviews, again, to kind of help my mental acuity a little bit. So that's the update for now. Everything's going really well, everything's expected, and I'm interested to see all the responses. And I will have an update later tonight, or another update tomorrow morning. And I probably will switch to mornings for my streams if the 1 to 5 people tuning in are are interested at all, because it's just a better time to measure both weight and fasting glucose. So at any rate, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the bit of information, and until next time.